And the man in the middle, Paul, who wins it for you?
I fancy Wales. I really fancy Wales. Maybe it's...
Most people here fancy Wales too.
Maybe it's because my first time here. I cannot get over the atmosphere. It's just incredible. My first time here for an England-Wales game. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So I fancy Wales. The emotion is going to be high for them.
Well, the team's obviously getting ready to line up for the anthems. Just before that, I would like to mention one very special person who's watching us this afternoon. Harry Walker, 102 today, the oldest surviving international rugby player in the world, who made his debut for England here in Cardiff in 1947. England won 9-6 that day, but Wales actually topped the table. Anyway, Harry, watching at home in Coventry, it wasn't like this in your day, was it? Anyway, hope you have a great birthday today and enjoy watching the game. And before the game gets away, we're also going to have a minute's silence for one of the great players ever to grace this stadium and also all the other great grounds of the world during an absolutely stellar career, which included captaining the Springboks and being an indelible part of South Africa's 1995 World Cup triumph. Who could ever forget all those tackles on the seemingly awesome Jonah Lomu? Well, this week, Joost van der Westhuizen died after a long struggle with motor neurone disease. You can hear the applause ringing around the stadium now in his memory. And we will now have a moment's silence in memory of one of the greatest scrum halves of all time.
Wales head coach Rob Howley, who was his main contemporary, said he was the best scrum half he ever played against. Joost van der Westhuizen passed away at the age of just 45 on Monday, the 6th of February. Please join us now as we reflect in silence and show our respect to a true legend of our great game.
So the anthem's coming up now, after which commentary on Wales against England will come from Jonathan Davis, Brian Moore and Eddie Butler.
late in the afternoon of the second weekend of the Six Nations of 2017. Alan Wynne-Jones, the Welsh captain, bellows out the anthem. The props that came on as replacements against Italy start for Wales against England. Rob Evans and Thomas Francis for Nicky Smith and Samson Lee, who go to the bench. George North, a late withdrawal. Alex Cuthbert on the right wing. Dan Biggar has recovered from a bruised rib to partner Rhys Webb as the halfbacks. One change in the England starting pack. Jack Clifford in the back row for Tom Wood, who starts on the bench. The back row has only 20 caps in all against Wales's 130. Jack Nowell starts on the wing for England. Johnny May goes to the bench. England a little slow out of the blocks in game one. They'll be looking for more speed everywhere. Taulupe Faletau returns to the Wales squad. He's been out with a knee injury. Ben Teo came off the England bench to score the winner against France. Jérôme Garcès of France will be in charge today. He will be a busy man. Referees always are nowadays, but with new protocols, new directives, their role becomes ever more important. And on such a day as this, he is going to be such a figure. Dan Biggar over his injury. Maro Itoje, Jack Clifford, youngsters in the England back row. It's Wales against England in Cardiff. Itoje goes up, claims for England. Ross Moriarty brings the England back rower down.
No, stay, nine.
Ben Youngs towards Dan Biggar. Scott Williams. Jake Ball from the second row. Itoje and Clifford tackle as a 6 and 7 combination. Alan Wynne-Jones in midfield gets over the halfway line. Biggar, halfpenny. Jonathan Davis stays away from the touchline. Sam Warburton. Moriarty. Justin Tipperick finding space as a wing forward in the wide channels. Jake Ball. Good tackle by Dylan Hartley. Moriarty. Good tackle on him by Courtney Laws. Wales have the penalty.
A couple of things there. First thing, good refereeing by Rhys Webb, saying he's not rolling away. But the two things, England didn't commit hardly anyone to the tackle area, and the two ball carriers targeted at George Ford. That should be the target. George Ford, run at him all day, tire him out, so when he gets the ball, and you're offensively, you know, he won't be so effective.
Well, this penalty is what they call a coach killer, because it's been given away on the 10-metre line when there was no real imminent threat. No need to hang around on the floor. Players know that if they don't get out of the way of the receiving player, then penalties are going to come, because referees are very hot on that unnecessary.
And England would have been happy with that, boys, because, you know, Wales didn't penetrate that 10-metre line. The defence was good, and then a penalty given away, though.
Greg.
Lee Halfpenny just needs 5 more points to pass the 300-point mark in the Six Nations. He's passed 500 in general, but in the Six Nations, this to move to 298. He likes it. Couldn't be straighter. Wales take an early lead. in the Principality Stadium.
Goal goes to England, penalty Wales, lead half ready. Wales lead, England nil.
Alex Cuthbert under pressure from Elliot Daly.
I thought he was taken in the air there.
Warburton. Joe Marler. Courtney Laws. The tattlers. Charge down for Rhys Webb. Itoje takes it. Gets the ball away to Daly. Here's Jack Clifford taking the ball from Owen Farrell. Farrell goes in to try and release it. Ben Youngs to Joe Launchbury. Nathan Hughes. Jack Noel into the Welsh 22. Jonathan Joseph goes to scrum half and feeds Dan Cole.
Back.
Joe Marler. Sort of repulsed England back off the 22, but here come England well into the Wales 22 now through Jonathan Joseph. Hartley on the short ball, robbed by Dan Biggar. Brilliant bit of stripping of the ball by the Welsh number 10. Rhys Webb has time to clear, not to touch, just into the England half. Jack Noel. Moriarty and Ken Owens with the tackles. Marler. Nathan Hughes knocks on. Tipperick has a chance to launch a counter. Halfpenny puts a boot to it. Was that an advantage? Looks pretty good. Back goes Jack Clifford. In touch.
Well, that's a tremendous kick. But it was made possible by good robbing work by Dan Biggar. Ball went wide and the pass unfortunately for England for Jonathan Joseph was knocked to hand, because had it been was a 2-on-1.
There's the tackle. It's a great hit. He lost the ball, but England won't be happy. They've made two handling errors which have forced them back into this position. So two errors, but you know, they're very effective.
Courtney Laws catches from Dylan Hartley. Ben Youngs waits patiently behind the advancing maul and is quite happy after such a line out to go direct to touch.
He's going to be a key man today. I think he puts the tempo into the game, and then when he kind of peters out a little bit, they put Danny Kerr on. So, you know, look at the distribution. He's looking all the time. All the runners are coming off Ben Youngs. Great defence though. Gum shield out as well.
Clean ball down to Rhys Webb. Scott Williams cuts inside, makes ground. Advantage to England being played, and it's turned into a penalty to England. Scott Williams in some discomfort there.
That's a shame for Wales, because the gap had opened up and had the ball gone to hand, well in behind the England defence, not to be, and England have their first real opportunity in Welsh territory. Yeah,
good feet by Scott Williams, spotted Hughes, cut inside him.
Joe Launchbury goes up, down to Youngs, forward. Nathan Hughes against Tipperick. Hughes makes half a yard.
Quick ball!
Laws. Ford. Hughes. Rhys Webb with an important tackle on the big number 8. Launchbury. Noel. Half through the tackle. England with perhaps numbers out here.
Crucial tackle, numbers on the outside by Jonathan Davis.
Alan Wyn Jones has stolen the ball for Wales. They were facing A horrible overlap against them. They've turned the ball over. Moriarty comes away with it. Dan Biggar to Mike Brown. Tackled by Rob Evans. Launchbury tackled by Ken Owens and fellow Scarlett Justin. It's not fellow Scarlett at all. Here's Jack Noel.
High tackle coming, I think.
Youngs puts it towards Halfpenny. Brilliant dive, catching in the gully, but back to the high tackle. England with the penalty.
Just a penalty, high tackle. This is going to be one of the ones that looks fairly iniquitous, because I think it was on the way down. No, it wasn't on the way down, it was a high tackle. But earlier on, when England had a 4-2, the Welsh defenders on the blind side did well, because they had to guess, do they come up quickly and miss the ball going out wide over the top, or they hang back and drift? They chose to come forward. That created a situation where England went back inside, and then Alan Wynne-Jones with a rod got them out of trouble.
I think the worry for Wales in that instance was the way they dreaded quick ball, the big ball carriers. The recycling was very, very quick, and desperate defence, because they'd created the overlap on the right-hand side, and if the ball had gone out quickly, they were over. I think Ford just checked, stepped inside, and the opportunity was missed.
Do you think it's been a ploy for the Welsh clearers, Biggar and Rhys Webb, not to make touch?
I'm not sure. Well, England are going to counter that, because the kicks have got to be very, very good, because England looked like coming to play.
Owen Farrell to level the scores. 3 apiece in Cardiff.
Well, England managing to do what they didn't do against France, which was make ground after the initial contact on the gain line, and that's making all the difference.
Dan Biggar has split the forwards, as he did against Italy. Itoje Waits goes backwards, catches safely. Another penalty against Wales.
Again, another completely unnecessary one. They're not going to drive for more than 5 yards, because they're going to be outside the 22. They would have to clear for touch for their exit strategy, and all they've done now with Wales is give England the advantage of the throw should this be kicked out.
Numbers 6.
Dylan Hartley, the England captain. Joe Launchbury, their second row. Nathan Hughes, number 8. Young's good angles. Farrell. Penalty advantage. Courtney Laws comes away with it. Ford, Joseph. Good pickup, George Ford. Change of style, no advantage. That went straight out. We'll go back to the penalty. Offside at the ruck.
Tell you, that was a lovely break, but just watch this. It's the change of angle. He steps inside. Because of the forwards either side of George Ford, it's very difficult to pick up. There's the offside. He's not behind the last foot. But there's so many runners outside George Ford. He just picks the right one, and at that angle, he just runs the inside shoulder on Dan Biggar.
Change of kicker. There's George Ford, who was, well, he's not required as a place kicker for the moment. Elliot Daly, left footer.
Lovely left foot, anything near the 48-50 mark, he steps up, but It'll be interesting to see. Mike Brown's been a great servant for English rugby, but is this the next English fullback? I think left-footed.
Was a very intelligent player.
He is.
I've seen him in a club game kick one 58 metres, so.
Daly, distance, no problem, direction.
Just
not good.
Giving it too much welly, I think, and you just hook it then, don't you?
Not bad, but not good enough. We are all square.
Wales have got to try and get a bit of momentum back here, you know, keep possession, go through the phases. At the moment, England just on top.
Dan Bigger long into the England half. Ben Youngs. Nathan Hughes goes past Rob Evans. Beautiful hands, Mike Brown. Scott Williams gets back, makes the tackle when again England seem to have an overlap out there. Ball has gone backwards, says the referee. Looks to his touch judge to see if it was a knock-on. Play on is the order. Launchbury.
Leave it!
Moriarty with the tackle. Ford. Big Nathan Hughes. Itoji. Hughes again. Rob Evans makes the tackle. Itoji, little show and go. Somebody crossing in front of him. Play on. Launchbury again. Tipperick tries to hold him up, strip the ball. It's gone into a ruck. Everybody lets go. Jonathan Joseph, England, 10 metres out. Ford. Noel. Ford again, on his own, driven back by Ken Owens. Hartley. Laws. Tipperick again, trying to strip the ball. England still have it. Itoji, driven backwards. Jake Ball, part of the two-man hit. Long it goes. Daly cuts inside.
Great tackle.
Play on. No high tackle. Brown. Ford. Hughes. Ford. Launchbury. Wales fully stretched. Try to cover the gaps. Ford to Itoji.
Oh.
Halfpenny with a brilliant try-saving tackle. But still, England thunder at the Welsh line through Joe Launchbury.
They need to put width on this to England.
Ben Youngs calls more players in. Hughes.
They're short outright, they're short, Wales, so bit of width.
There's a huge gap on the left-hand side here, if England recognise it.
It's slow ball, but it's still there for England. Ben Youngs tries to burrow.
Leave it, Red, leave it! No hands!
Itoji can't make it. Nathan Hughes can't make it. He's a yard further back now. Wales try to catch that. England still have it. Now they give it width. Jonathan Joseph long. Halfpenny against Daly. Makes the tackle. But here comes Mike Brown. Welsh defence still holding out until now.
I tell you what, that was fantastic sustained pressure with a variety of their attack. George Ford, his little late passes are creating havoc. He's getting runners over the gain line. They got close. And then they kept the pressure on, put width in it.
Ben Young's the last man up. Here's his finish, Brian.
Yeah, well, the ball could have gone earlier. But you see the difficulty of the Welsh defenders. They're outnumbered. And England eventually moved the ball wide. They made hard work of it, but they went over the line and kept patient. And the difficulty for Wales at the moment is they are not able to stop the ball at source. They're not able to slow the ball down, and England are getting successfully quick ball. And any defence is going to struggle when that happens, and Wales indeed did.
That's an easy finish for Ben Young. Just watch. He plops it down, but they've been so powerful up front. They've dragged Welsh players in, and they've had numbers on the left. And then when the numbers left that ruck area, not enough numbers, Ben Young's pops up and scored.
England in the lead, but they can't add the 2 points. Wales 3, England 8 with the first try of the game.
Well, England have left 5 points off the board from the boot, and their fans will be hoping that that doesn't count. I tell you what's been impressive, do you think? The variety of force distribution, the delays in the pass, some flat, some wider, keeping defenders guessing.
I think George Ford.
Mike Brown waits, sets off, beats Cuthbert. Rob Evans, the prop, makes the tackle.
Stay back.
Ben Youngs down towards Lee Halfpenny. Was it touched in flight?
There is a different tactic, isn't there? You know, they're clearing out and then going to the touchline, and they're confident in the defence. Okay, come at us from a set piece, whereas Wales aren't maybe kicking into touch. Looking
I can see their possession, and it's what you said.
Scott Williams does make some ground. Ken Owens, bigger. Jonathan Davis, Lee Halfpenny. Liam Williams, a first touch of the ball for Williams, and he's away. This time it's Wales in the England 22. Warburton, the direct route. Webb, bigger. Tipperick.
Stay.
It's there for Webb. Bigger. Ross Moriarty. Jake Ball against Itoje. Still there for Wales. Rob Evans. Bigger. Thought about the kick, dummied it.
That's a lot better from Wales. Very quick recycling now. This is slow. They'll have to generate quicker ball.
Tipperick to Rob Evans. Tipperick again. Slightly on his own. Joe Launchbury over the ball. On the red side.
It's a free play now, it's a penalty.
Wales earned the penalty.
That's a lot better from Wales.
You are off feet. Quick ball for both sides, and you don't stay in the opposite side to block the player.
I don't think he understood much of that, to be honest, Alan. But I just feel that was a lot better from Wales. They took the ball into contact, they cleaned out, and the ball went wide. They looked a lot sharper then. But the one difference is for me at the moment, the width. England keep their width, and with the two-phase attack with George Ford, he has been the big difference so far. George Ford, his distribution has been brilliant. But Wales take the 3 points. Back to 2-point game.
See, Launchbury is initially on his feet, and then he's not anymore. And that's simply a question of discipline. You know when you've got a decent purchase, and you know when you haven't.
Lee Halfpenny brings Wales to win 2 points of England. Wales 6, England 8.
Well, it's a very, very good game at the moment. I think they both come to play. Everyone's enjoying it.
Wales 6, England 8.
George Ford, one for Elliot Daly to chase. Straight out, was it? A lot of questions being asked. Did Daly get a touch?
Option scrum. He hit it before. Okay.
Straight out.
Captain. Where's the captain? Option for you, scrum or line out.
Good try.
Yeah, on the try line. It was touched, wasn't it, I believe? Look.
It was touched.
Elliot Daly, yes. Just got his hand. That's very good play by Elliot Daly. Otherwise, it's a scrum on the halfway line. They win it. They put England into the 22. So good play by this man there.
You remember? Yes, sir.
Well, this is the first scrum, and England suffered a bit against France. Wales have been very steady. Rock solid.
Ross Moriarty picks the ball out of a scrum that had gone down.
No! No!
Well,
He said no.
no. That's brilliantly read by Jonathan Davis on Mike Brown. That wasn't a knock-on, and there's no advantage to Wales. It's a let-off for England.
He did well there, Mike Brown, under all that pressure.
Wales with a player down. Halfpenny waits, catches cleanly. Jack Clifford and Itoje with the follow-up tackle.
And Ken Owens looked in pain, but he's up and about.
Justin Tipperick, meanwhile, Ken Owens back in the Welsh line.
Don't try to win a penalty.
Webb from slow ball. Cuthbert sets off in pursuit. It's there. Down Bigger. Himself the chase. Jack Nowell is back for England. Nowell tackled by Bigger. Nowell up. Wales arrive 2 meters from the England line. Well, it's brilliant by Nowell to save the day. Youngs to Hughes. Ken Owens with the tackle. Ben Youngs has to clear, has to find touch. Wales with an attacking throw in the 22.
Well, Noel did extremely well, because not only did he feel the ball, he got back to his feet, which gave supporting players time to come back and secure it.
It's a good chase by Cuthbert. The ball bounced favourably if you're down Bigger. He's isolated, he had no options, he had to go for it, but Nowell is always going to win that race. But watch them, they go in, Brown does well. Was that a knock on? I don't think the ball went forward, so this is on. He had no option, he didn't look to find anyone because he was on his own.
Was Jack Nowell not tackled there? Can he get back straight back to his feet?
Well, he's let go.
Yeah, I don't think he can get up on his feet. But that's great play. Mike Brown is in there. He holds Sam Warburton off, and they clear the kick. I thought it was such a fast first 26 minutes. There are going to be some tired legs out there, and the gaps are going to open up in the last 10 minutes of this game. And it's all where you play this last 10 minutes of the game, first half.
Ken Owens with the throw. Wales in the England 22. Sam Warburton wins it. Here for Rhys Webb. Driven up. Not the quickest ball. Rhys Webb. Ross Moriarty delivers. Alan Wynne-Jones, the captain.
Release! Right, okay.
Bigger, short to Jonathan Davis. Webb. Ken Owens steps inside Maro Itoje. Webb. Warburton. Webb again. Bigger. Ross Moriarty. Scott Williams goes on his own. Webb. Bigger again. Bigger still going, held up. Now he's on the ground. Webb. And then with Jones stretches 1 meter short. Which way for Webb? Left or right? Left on his own! Play on. England have won it illegally. Penalty to Wales.
said he was short.
No, he's short. Okay.
It's good, confident refereeing, isn't it?
You'll try. I think he was on the line. I will have a look.
Well done, referee.
May as well have a look.
Well, you would ask the scrum half if he scored. He is going to say yes. I'm telling you.
Then,
Yeah, I'm here, Jerome.
in live for me, the number 9 tried to put the ball on the line, but he's for me short on the line. He's short in live. But have a look about, please.
Okay, we're checking footage to see if the ball was grounded. You know what, if the referee's sure he was short, he should just carry on.
Maybe he's not quite so sure, Brian.
Well, Brian, if the scrum half says he thinks he scored, just you can't see it from there.
Oh, short.
This is the angle, is it? Short.
Well short.
Well done. Well done, referee. I never trust the scrum half.
Jerome, are you there?
Yeah, Glenn.
Yes.
For me, it's what I saw in live. Short.
Yes, that is short, yes.
And after there is a turnover on the ground by White,
Yes.
and you over the rugby win the ball. Penalty.
TMO, Glenn Newman of New Zealand. Now then, what do Wales do? Do they just hand the ball to Lee Halfpenny? 9-8 would obviously put them in the lead. Dan Bigger gives it to
scrum.
Webb, and Wales are going for the scrimmage.
It's a good call. They've got, you know, great position. They're on knee up here, so they're confident, they're playing well. Might have gone for the 3 points.
It looks as if they've got, I don't know what, some special set-piece move here. A lot of chat amongst the backs. Inviting blindside to
The other consideration is
George
that
Ford
their
and
kickers
Elliot
are
Daly covering it for the moment. Penalty to England.
Dan Cole just getting forward. And that is
Under pressure. One cross.
that's the problem when you don't hook the ball. You can't clear it unless you go forward.
Under pressure, yeah. You cannot support the pressure, you go on the ground. The tight head was okay?
That's one for the English back. You know, for me in this game, I'd always take the points. I would have always taken
It's always
the points.
look. It's not as if you haven't got very reliable kickers as well. See, when the ball's not hooked, it's still in the middle there, still there. England going forward.
It's clear under the pressure. Number White, 6.
Jack Clifford shows what it means to win that penalty. Nathan Hughes back to Ben Youngs. Hasn't gone that far. Somebody has to claim it. Penalty to Wales. Dan Cole kicks the ball away.
I didn't really understand it. Like, you know, he stands so far back when he's kicking it. The back line had encroached. They were offside. The forwards were in front of him. You know, they were so far in front. It was so difficult to hold your run for the English forwards when you're so far back from the, you know, from the line out.
The decision this time. Lee Halfpenny not called up. Dan Bigger does the old banana kick down the line.
Well, I must admit, I'm puzzled by that. It's definitely kickable.
2 kickable penalties.
6 points, probably guaranteed.
Ken Owens, the line out is still in the England 22. It's won by Warburton.
Lost it, yeah.
Knock on by Wales at the ball. It's not going Wales's way at the moment, and it's congratulations being passed around the England forwards.
Well, whatever option you take, if you don't execute it properly, it turns out to be the wrong one. And Rob Howley will be frustrated. In a game that's likely to come down to a single score, I think if you have penalty opportunities, you've got to take them. They've got one of the best kickers in the world.
I would have taken one of those penalties, yes.
Ben Youngs lets Nathan Hughes take control at the scrummage. Ball out, referee holds his arms out. Oh, England have the put in.
You see the difference there, you know, you two forwards, the strike of the ball from Hartley, how quick it got to the number 8's feet. Without
Tipuric was still down.
He was still down. Easy yardage. With Wales, the strike wasn't there.
The player cannot move, so scrum white.
Well, that says it all. Look at the tackles made.
It was a good scrum.
Wales have
Really good
made
attitude.
81 tackles at England's 38. Just says the amount of possession that England have had, you know. Where it's a good response by Wales to come back and put pressure. That's what they needed. Get the ball recycled, keep possession.
Hughes comes away, tackled by Tipuric. Wales have turned the ball over. Ken Owens feeds down bigger. Alex Cuthbert. He's seen very little of the ball. Sets it up. And watches as Webb passes to Warburton. Rob Evans. Bigger. Jonathan Davis. Tipuric. Liam Williams. Jack Nowell did very well. Picked him up and made sure he didn't drop him. Rob Evans, the prop. Webb waits. Bigger. Alan Wynne-Jones rides the first tackle. Wales will have to finish one of these attacks.
You lose 8!
It's there for Webb. Jake Ball. Warburton tries to twist and turn away from the ruck. Ross Moriarty. Alan Wynne-Jones over the ball. Webb again. Ken Owens lays it back.
You lose 2! You lose!
Still through the forwards, the captain. And his second row partner, Jake Ball.
Away! Fine.
Ross Moriarty. Good tackle by Joe Marlow. Bigger. Scott Williams.
No, quick.
Alan Wynne-Jones knocks it on.
He's offside, Ben Youngs. Clearly offside.
Nothing spotted, nothing given. England put in at the scrum. Surely that pass wasn't meant for Alan Wynne-Jones.
Well, Wales getting successively quick ball, but not able to get over the line.
Good.
And one of the problems, I think, that they are...
He's got to be offside. Watch this now, Brian. He's got to come round. He's offside, clearly offside. You know, that should have been picked up. For me, that's... Wales have got to have someone who's going to step and beat the first tackle. The England defence is so well organised and so disciplined. They're not creating any numbers.
Ben Youngs got away with it. That's all that matters for him.
The scrum is okay?
Happy, take dead, coming in a little bit possibly, but all right.
England lead by 2 points. Jérôme Garcès
But they've been slowing that ball down just a little bit too much for our liking.
listening to Alan Wynne-Jones.
Yeah, have a look. I have a look, but it's not clear and obvious for me.
That's fine, but I've got to ask.
Yeah. It's what I said to Dylan, and it's the same to you. If I give you a call, respond to my call. To have the tempo.
He actually isn't offside.
God,
He's not offside.
He's not.
No.
Sure, the boys will have a look in half-time now.
Ben Youngs has a chance to clear the England lines. First of all, they're put into the scrum.
It's a great tackle anyway.
The scrum shifts, moves under pressure. Referee will order a reset.
John, when Wales move the ball wide, what I don't see, which I do see in a lot of other attacks, are a lot of players holding, you know, options left and right to make defenders have doubt about where the ball's going to go into contact. They're making ground because they're powerful in going forward, but it's with little subtlety or guile.
There's no definite pass at the moment, you know, no variety in the pass. There's no second phase coming behind the players.
Crunch! Bind! Sit! Stable!
Ben Youngs feeds the England side of the scrum. The England scrum holds firm, turns a little bit, but away comes Nathan Hughes. Liam Williams gets back to his left wing position, wearing 11. Then drops back as Ben Youngs prepares the kick. Charge down. Advantage being played, only a knock-on by Joe Marler.
That's good pressure by all the Welsh players. Again, it's a very good run by Nathan Hughes, where they hold him up. They doesn't give Ben Youngs much option from the base of the ruck, but it's good pressure. Just watch this. There's the knock-on.
The mark is here.
The only difference so far, Ed, is that England have scored a try on their pressure. Wales need to get something from this pressure.
Good scrum, guys. Don't move your feet.
A quiet word. Reece Webb to Liam Williams. The louder instructions of Jérôme Garcés.
Don't move your feet. Don't move your feet.
Can Wales turn pressure into points? Yes. Liam Williams can! Wales score! And take the lead with just over 2 minutes to go at the end of the first half.
Well, you can see their first difference. Wales struck the ball there, they go good to the back of the scrum. England's back row to stay down. And Liam Williams taking a good line. Initial surge in, angle in towards the England line, kept the England defence straight.
That's a great dummy run. Faz is held up.
Scott Williams wears 12 as the dummy runner, and it opens up for Liam Williams. And the conversion is good from Lee Halfpenny, and Wales are in the lead by 13 points to 8.
Well, it was straight off the training ground.
Yeah, just watch this now. This is the player, okay? Just watch. He is held up, okay? Hang on, this player is held up there. So what's going to happen then is this guy is going to take it in there, and he's going to go in there. Go.
Cuthbert with the catch just outside his 22. Tipperick with dummy, which doesn't really get him more than a metre beyond the Wales 22. Outside, Jérôme Garcés tells Reece Webb he'll keep it in play. Mike Brown waits. Scott Williams arrives. England fullback to ground. Hartley, the captain. Thumping tackle from Ross Moriarty. It's there for England. Nathan Hughes inside to Jack Clifford, who is forced back and is ripped off him. It bounces kindly for England. They're back in possession. Launchbury. Alan Wynne-Jones with the tackle. Jake Ball there too. It's all about second rows. Just a few seconds left to go at the end of the first half. Nathan Hughes. George Ford. High, not very far. brilliantly taken, or was it? No, advantage being played. Liam Williams takes it. First half has gone into overtime. Jérôme Garcès puts an end to the opening period. Oh, it's been 40 minutes of excitement, and at the end of it, Wales lead by 13 points to 8.
Well, all the bluster and all the hyperbole all week in the lead-up to this game, and it was worth every word, because what a fantastic spectacle. How could you not be enjoying this on a Saturday tea time? That was Ben Young's try, and this is Liam Williams' try, who was one of the most threatening players on the field throughout the first 40 minutes, and so as well, dusk has long since settled on the Welsh capital, but Wales lead now by 13 points to 8, and possession 49-51. There's been real ebb and flow. There have been periods when it seemed like it was all Wales, other periods when England seemed to have really strangled Wales, and yet towards the end it was Wales who found themselves in the ascendancy. So an absolutely riveting first 40 minutes, and you're the happiest at the moment.
So far so good. It's like you've mentioned, it's everything we expected, isn't it? It's full on blood and guts. You know, no quarter asked, none given, and it's just been real intense. And it's gone, you know, for 10 minutes, first 10 minutes, I thought Wales were on the front foot, looked good. Then they lost all momentum in the game. Look, England, I'm thinking when they went over to make it 8-3, I thought this is looking ominous, but fair play to the Welsh team. They've come back superbly.
I thought it was going to be a rerun of the first half of England-France at Twickenham last week, because England were getting into the Welsh 22, into the score zone, and letting the ball go. But then they applied the pressure, it paid off. I have to say, Wales are inspirational in their play. We've been talking all autumn about this new way of playing, and they've stuck it together, and it's impressive.
Yeah, Wales look really comfortable with how they're playing these pods of three, which in the autumn they struggled with. They've really struggled to get it together, but they look like they've really come on, and they've gotten the hang of how they want to play now.
Tell me, as a spectator, and this is your first experience of a Wales-England match in Cardiff, what do you make of it?
Yeah, it's incredible. The atmosphere, the noise on the ground. You don't always notice the noise sometimes when you're on the field during the games, but to be here it's amazing.
Wales got off to a very physical and very positive start.
Yeah, they were. You knew England, you know, they came out with lots of energy, some big ball carriers, but they're making a real focus on this, stripping the ball. 2 or 3 times this has happened. That time, you know, for Bigger to take that off Hartley, you know, big hit from Moriarty on Nathan Hughes, who has grown into the game, in fairness to Hughes. But look, it's what you expect. It's the first 5-10 minutes of a Wales-England game. You know, if you're not going to be putting big hits, then you never are. So Wales were holding on for, you know, for dear life at some stages in that first 20 minutes, but they did. This is what they do so well. Alan Wynne being an absolute pest there, so, you know, good signs.
Bad ribs or no bad ribs, Dan Bigger's playing well.
He answered every question there, whether he was going to be fit or not, whether he was 80, 90. He is 100% fit, and he's had a great 40 minutes.
Paul, tell us as a captain, you know, we talk about this, it seems like every time Italy play, we talk about stupid penalties they give away, unnecessary penalties, and as a leader, you've always said you've got to cut down on that kind of thing. Wales allowed England to gain momentum by giving them opportunities.
Yeah, look, in a game of rugby, some penalties are going to be inevitable, but you've got to avoid giving the silly ones. This one here, really pointless by Jake Ball. And just after this, we have Rhys Webb just coming in from the side. It's just pointless, and the pressure and the momentum Wales had gotten in the game just goes straight away. They were 4-1 down on the penalty count very early in the game.
It's unusual for Wales, given the start of the Six Nations that they had against Italy. Whole game, 5 penalties.
Yeah. England had a period of about 10-15 minutes where they were putting phase after phase after phase together. There was almost an inevitability they were going to score at some point.
Yeah, I think, you know, those penalties led to the momentum for England, and it was looking ominous because they weren't winning the game line, but Wales were getting no pressure on the ball. And just look at a couple of these clips, how easy it is for Ben Youngs. There's no pressure on him. He's just whipping it away, the speed of ball. Again, they're not really getting over the game line, but the pace of ball, no pressure on the ball whatsoever. The toes you can pick, go through the middle, and they had some real momentum at this stage. Warburton goes for that time. There's a good clean out again, and this led eventually to the try.
Yeah, you can play how you want when the ball is quick. You know, it's very difficult to defend at all when the ball is quick, and this is fantastic play. Great pass by Joseph, great inside offload by Daly. We thought Cuthbert needed to get down low here and be ready for this. That's unfortunate. Good, well spotted by Youngs.
Every side you get in that position, you want to score, and that was a fantastic pass from Joseph all the way out to Daly. Whizzed it out. Well, I thought Daly was going to get in there, but Ben Youngs has got there. And it was just poor old Cuthbert. We talked about it. He should have been down and ready.
Small things after that you think Farrell missed the kick. You know, so yeah, instead of going 10-3 up 8-3,
Daly also missed a penalty from the halfway line as well.
Margins, you know.
One of the only things that we talk about forever is you've got a penalty. Are you going to kick for goal? Are you going to kick for touch? Are you going to take the scrum? Wales decided on 2 occasions to not take the points, and they've got halfpenny in their ranks, and on both occasions it backfired on them.
Both myself and Martin said we go for the points here. We're old and conservative, but at the very least I felt they should have gone to the corner. This is a massive psychological moment. You look at the English players here, how excited they get, what a big lift it gives them. The Welsh have to walk away with their heads down, but you know, maybe they just had something up their sleeves, and we see later when they got a scrum in a similar position, they scored. Line out here, same again, they're only 20 metres out and they drop the ball and turn it over. You know, against a good defensive side like England, you're only going to get a few and far between moments to really attack, and they let it slip twice.
It is worth saying as well, to counter the fact that England missed 5 points, Wales spurned 6 points as well, so it's kind of levelled out of it, hasn't it?
Yeah, you're thinking on this attacking opportunity, you think they were in for all money, they're hammering away at the England line, and there was a blatant, this time Alan Wynne, for all his work, he just gets in the way of Dan Biggar. This needs to go in front of Dan Biggar, and you can see the numbers on the outside. It's a simple give him take, but he just gets in the way, and you're thinking at that stage the momentum is back with England, but they were sloppy, Jerry, weren't they? England was sloppy after this.
Well, yeah, they are, but this is, if you put tries away like this, it gives you more confidence, but the opportunity was there. We thought Ben Youngs was maybe offside, but we've watched it in slow-mo, he's onside, but they get another opportunity.
Liam Williams, great debate often about whether he should play fullback or on the wing, but when he's got the ball in hand, he's a devastating runner, and this was beautifully worked, wasn't it?
He is. He's a talisman at the moment. He gets the ball, everything happens, and you've got to get it to him as often as you can. Jonathan Joseph is just in no man's land. He needed to stick closer to Owen Farrell's shoulder. They hold Farrell. Joseph needs to step in. So after last week's passive tackling, this time these are missed tackles, and they're not reading the situation in front of them.
Yeah, we were thinking, is that why they went for the scrum on the other side earlier on? Did they have a play up their sleeve that they felt they could break England with?
It's the nature when anybody scores a try or scores a goal, you always look for mistakes in defence, but sometimes you just have to praise the actual ingenuity of the people, perfecting a move.
We had a move called World Class. We called it that because the move we felt was that good. That was as good as it gets. It was so smoke and mirrors, and most defences would have been tricked by that. What was off that move is you had 2 or 3 other passes you could have made. It didn't have to go to Williams.
So work off the ball, the animation off the ball is what makes the try.
It's Wales against England in Cardiff. Wales take an early lead.
England look like coming to play.
Welsh defence still holding out until now. Wales have win 2 points. Well short. Liam Williams can. Wales score.
Well, it's one of those oft-quoted statistics that all the matches, or not all the matches, but I think 9 out of 10 of the matches between the main rugby union nations are always within one score at around about the 60-minute mark, and there's only 5 points in it at the moment, which means the players who are going to come on for the last 20 minutes are going to be key probably in determining the outcome of this match. So, there are the 2 benches, and what's the first thing that strikes you about that, Martin?
Well, for Wales, I think you got Faletau back. You know, that's huge for Wales. The back row is going really well at the minute, but you know, the experience of Jamie Roberts, Sam Davies was a game changer last week. So probably in the forwards you'd have to edge England, but I think, you know, pretty comfortable with the Welsh substitutes, or finishers they call them, aren't they?
As Eddie calls them, the finishers. The English finishers have been superb over the last 12 months.
Yeah.
We've had the likes of George coming on relatively early for Hartley, and Haskell, this man, he came on, one of his first touches was to sit a defender down, and that gave England the impetus to go on and finish incredibly well. Ben Teo was powerful in his running. You've got big, powerful, explosive English finishers coming on, and if they can execute better, keep the momentum, they will score 1 or 2 tries in this second half.
We've actually been saying throughout the commentary and here in the studio, both teams have clearly come out to play today, and we've had some great rugby, some great running rugby, but obviously as the clock ticks on and the margin is still tight, the temptation is to be conservative and more pragmatic. Who wins on that basis, Paul, if that's where we get to?
Oh, it's hard to tell. I think you've got to avoid that temptation. I think that's where France actually lost the game last week against England. They started kicking to touch. They started playing very safely. I think that you've got to avoid that temptation. You've got to keep playing. The more the pressure comes on, you've got to keep playing, and you've got to be able to maintain that momentum as well then when the guys come off the bench.
Okay, well, 13 points to 8 at the moment, so it's just one score in it, and it's great to be able to say after a first 40 minutes that after all the build-up to such a momentous event, it's actually lived up to the billing so far. And let's hope this second half is every bit as engrossing and compelling. Let's go back to Eddie and the team.
George Ford starts the second half. England trailing by 5. Alex Cuthbert on the ball, driven back into his 22 by Maro Itoje. There for Rhys Webb, though. Ken Owens. Dan Biggar, straight behind Rhys Webb.
Stay.
Nathan Hughes, waiting for just such a kick. Courtney Laws. Trumala. Turnover. Justin Tipuric has it. Advantage Wales. Warburton. Dan Biggar. Scott Williams. Elliot Daly heads back. Feeds George Ford. Mike Brown. England back in numbers. Brown beats Scott Williams. It's an excellent follow-up tackle by Rhys Webb. Still England though. Ford, Daly. Ken Owens did well to stop the England left wing flyer. Ben Youngs to Dan Biggar. Oh, brilliantly manufactured that kick by Dan Biggar.
It's fine. So that kick off the outside of the boot is tremendous. You can see the way the ball was spinning.
Well, is this late or not? It's a beautiful kick. But Moriarty had a shot on Farrell. There was a few complaints.
The timing is perfect.
I think this is my show from here. Just watch, he gets a little pass. There we go, just watch. That's late.
That is late, yeah.
Can't help it, that is late. It's a great tackle if it was a bit earlier, but unfortunately it's not. The referee's not going to go to TMO. He thinks that's fine. Didn't complain fast. That's what I like about some of these players. He absolutely he got nailed in, this kid, and he just didn't moan at all. He's having a wry smile now. I tell you what,
smile and a cough and off he goes.
I've seen their dads have the same tussle, the Farrell and the Moriarty.
Courtney Laws with the catch, and the England 8 put in a drive just to issue a reminder, a statement of authority. Do well to scrape this back though. Youngs towards Cuthbert. Dan Biggar can't take it. A rare misjudgment by Dan Biggar in the air. Play on, says the referee though. Moriarty. Good counter-rucking by Itoje. There for Webb.
That's a knock on as well.
Rhys Webb has knocked it on.
Itoje did well, didn't he, Eddie? Saw the ball on the floor.
The player is offside. Accidentally scrum.
Makes the ground. There's a knock on.
You kick the ball on your and you're offside.
That is well late.
Well, I'd like to see it at full speed. I still think it's late. He didn't miss, did he?
Yeah, Crouch. Bind. Sit there,
The strike by Dylan Hartley. Nathan Hughes picks up to Youngs. Ford, Joseph, Scott Williams Dan Bigger goes for that ripping of the ball, but it's been knocked on. Play on, says the referee. Courtney Laws delivers the ball to Jack Noel. Noel crawling forward. Nathan Hughes hangs on. Ford. Joseph suddenly involved, whereas he wasn't quite so involved in the first half. Halfpenny clears towards Ford. Farrell. Noel. Alan Wynne-Jones holds up the England wing.
Ruck, no! 4!
Youngs has a little look, finds Ford. Scott Williams with a knock-on. Deliberate. There is, oh no, it's just a knock-on.
Knock-on advantage.
Knock-on advantage. It's Ozzeh. Oh, that is a fair tackle by Moriarty. He's done well, Matoja, to get it to Launchbury. England, as the game breaks up, it's a very fluid second half. Turnover Wales, Moriarty, Ken Owens. Webb.
Out.
Rob Evans sends it long, bounces to Jonathan Davis. Davis inside, Courtney Laws, Davis outside to Lee Halfpenny. Beautiful pick up, Rhys Webb. Forward pass to Dan Bigger, but Wales showing what they can do. The game breaking up. What will this game turn into?
Great play by both sides. Good counter-attack by Wales. Unfortunately, the ball went forward. But it's a brilliant game so far. Both putting width on the ball, taking it in.
The turnover there, Sam Warburton.
But one of the things that Wales are doing well, England taking the ball in, they're keeping the ball high, and they're getting caught up. They can't get the ball to the ground. And they're either being turned over, the ball is slow. This is a great pickup. Look at that one-handed. Just a pity, from a Welsh point of view, that he couldn't get it flat.
Jonathan Davis in full flight, inside, then looks back out. Lee Halfpenny in support. Advantage being played there, the first knock-on and then the blatant forward pass. Oh, but it has potential now. Ben Youngs to feed the scrum, that's the England 22. Good scrummage, England. George Ford. Liam Williams, is he? No, it's gone into the crowd. We'll have a slight pause.
You did ask Brian, didn't you, the first couple of minutes, that you see the different tactics where they kick the touch and then they set the defence of England. But as Wales kick, and they don't look to seem to... They're comfortable in the counter-attack.
They're deliberately keeping the ball on the field.
Jamie George comes on for England's captain, Dylan Hartley. 46 minutes on the clock.
Replacement for England, number 16.
Eddie Jones, I think Eddie Jones will be worried at the moment.
Ken Owens, bit of confusion, Justin Tipperick. It's there for Webb. It's to have a conversation at the bottom of a ruck. Rhys Webb will kick. Jack
Too
Noel
far.
Outside his 22. The follow-up tackle by Liam Williams. Dan Bigger as well, just arriving to do his little bit. Oh, Nathan Hughes. Moriarty, monster tackle. England have to kick. Webb ducks out of a high tackle by George Ford. Wales have an advantage. It's one of the stars of the moment, Ross Moriarty. That's Rhys Webb at the bottom. Bigger for himself.
Yeah, he's looking for the penalty, isn't he?
He knows the penalty is there waiting. Back they go. There he is, number 8 for Wales, Ross Moriarty. Well, he made one late one, but ever since then, Brian, his tackling has been extraordinary.
No, it has been tremendous, but if you run someone straight, yeah, high tackle. If you run someone straight, into Moriarty. He's going to do that because he has the capability and the technique. England needs to be cuter, especially with Hughes. They're using him one out. He's either got to use as a dummy occasionally so that men can run off him. Billy Vunipola learned that. You can run one out, but people will line you up and they will hit you, and that's exactly what Moriarty is doing. He's doing his job, and he's doing it very well. But England need more subtlety when they carry the ball.
The home of Welsh rugby in full cry as Dan Biggar looks towards the far corner. The 22 will do just fine for Wales. They'll have the put in at the line-out. England start to ring the changes. The captain has gone. Jamie George is on. James Haskell is now on.
Look, they've come on a lot earlier this week, haven't they?
They have.
Substitutes.
And that shows that Jones thinks are needed.
Owens throws. Alan Wynne-Jones, well taken by Moriarty, well past Moriarty. The try scorer, Liam Williams, twists and turns and delivers for Webb. Alan Wynne-Jones, Wales trying to get the passes away, they can't. All of it rushed and frantic there.
Well, the thing is, once one player passes the ball in a situation when they're under pressure, it just gets successively worse. You don't improve bad ball by putting it backwards. Someone's going to take the opportunity and the responsibility to just keep hold of the ball and carry it forward. Eddie Jones has made his changes early because it's quite apparent that they are needed, because Wales are on top at the moment. They started the second half better than England. They just about deserve the lead going in, and they deserve to be in front definitely in the moment.
Don't change.
Clean strike. Ben Youngs waits. It's Mike Brown this time. His left boot is now required. If that goes straight out, it's a mistake.
He was in two minds there. You just watch him, because if you watch, Rhys Webb commits himself to go the wrong way from the scrum defensively. So then he thinks it's on to run. Rhys Webb readjusts and tries to get out at him. He then kicks it. He goes, and then he kicks it, and then he just slices it off his left foot. Caught in two minds.
Mike Brown will go back to full-back and watch this four-man line-out for Wales. Well taken, Jake Ball, down to Rhys Webb. Jonathan Davis had to juggle, but collected safely. England rush. Moriarty drives, wriggles, back on his feet. Play on, says the referee. There's a little bit of off the ball going on. Jamie George and Alan Wynne-Jones. Webb! Little gap he sensed. Alan Wynne-Jones plays scrum half. Biggar. Scott Williams short to Jonathan Davis. Tipperick over the ball. Alan Wynne-Jones waits and waits. Webb arrives.
No more.
Jake Ball. Tipperick. Biggar. Scott Williams, halfpenny. Liam Williams into the England 22, and another little wriggle forward. Play on. Ball, this time delivers to Tom Francis, who's driven back. Courtney Laws, the tackler. Scott Williams cuts back 3 times. There for Webb. The direct approach by Dan Biggar this time. That's a test of his ribs. It's there safely. Webb just has a little look down the blind side. Only Rob Evans is there. No, he's not. It's Jonathan Davis. Oh, what might have been if Jonathan Davis had clung on. It was a drilled pass.
Beautiful pass. He saw the defence had stepped in. It was the right ball. Just watch this. You see his
3 and 1.
Daly just ball watching.
At the moment, the England back row are being soundly beaten by their Welsh counterparts. The triumvirate Tipperick's made ground all the time, and Ross Moriarty's been powerful.
Changes in the Welsh front row. Samson Lee comes on, Nicky Smith comes on. The props are changed.
Replace number 1, Rob Evans, and number 3, Thomas Francis.
That's a big call, isn't it?
Taulupe Falatau is back in international rugby. The number 8 comes on, and it is a big call because Ross Moriarty, the all-tackling Ross Moriarty, is going off.
What do you think, Ed? There's a number 8. You know, he's played so well, hasn't he? Falatau's world-class, man.
We're about to find out. England with a stern drive and the penalty advantage. Youngs comes away with it. Daly cuts in field. Haskell with a red scrum cap on his shoulder. Youngs to Ford. Farrell, Joseph. Long to no advantage. Back to the penalty.
Well, Wales have been in the ascendancy for what, 13 minutes there, not recorded a score. But at some point England will have a period when they put pressure on Wales. Wales really need to register points when they're on top.
Farrell takes the kick, and England are in the Welsh half, and they haven't been here much in this second period.
Such an absorbing test, isn't it? Brilliant test match.
Jamie George, Sam Warburton, chief tackler on the Welsh side. Joe Launchbury wins the ball, and it's the England drive from the line out. Seems to be gathering strength. George. Ken Owens tackles his opposite number. Haskell. Falatau makes his first tackle of the game. More to be made. Solid tackles. Dan Cole takes out Dan Biggar. Legitimately driving into the ruck. Haskell. No ground made. It's loose. Turnover ball. Illegally won by Wales. In from the side.
No.
In these situations, in the first half, Wales did not go for points, Brian.
Well, if this is converted, it should be, because it's very relatively straightforward. It will mean the first time England have really got into the Welsh half in the second half of this game, they're going to score points.
Owen Farrell scores the penalty for England. So having been on the back foot for 15 minutes, England now narrow the gap.
Wales 13, England 11.
Wales 13, England 11. Dan Biggar, the familiar split of the forwards, high towards Mike Brown. Falatau tackles Brown inside the England 22. It's turnover ball for Wales. There for Rhys Webb. Scott Williams long to Halfpenny. Biggar long to Liam Williams. Webb arrives. Alan Wynne-Jones short to Ken Owens. Owens trying to get the pass out of the tackle. It's a ruck ball, and away comes Jonathan Davis. The sudden gap open, brilliant pass, Liam Williams. Jack Noel back there. Noel covering the corner, but it's all Wales again for the moment. Webb, Samson Lee, Falatau. Webb has time to look up and find Jake Ball and Owens. Falatau lined up by Haskell. Wales have to regroup a yard further back. Nicky Smith. Bigger. Scott Williams takes on Farrell and Daly, and then goes to ground safely in field. Samson Lee. Webb. Bigger. Davis. Alan Wynne-Jones.
Leave it wide.
Tipperick has to lift Nathan Hughes out the way. Falatau spins. Scott Williams. Jake Ball. The crowd in full voice. Long pass to Lee Halfpenny from Bigger. Owens the hooker, driven back. Jamie George, the tackler. Wales, though, still in possession. Falatau. Alan Wynne-Jones on the cutback. Webb, dummies, goes, makes ground. Warburton, no dummy, but he goes 5 meters short. Penalty advantage to Wales. Free play for, no free play. Referee has blasted the whistle.
It's absolutely ferocious. The defence is immense. The intensity of the attack.
Well, over 20 phases. Well, stayed patient.
20.
Going to end up with 3 points. Maybe should have had more.
The 20 stay, and after you try to win the ball. The first penalty is against 20 minutes.
James Haskell there. Still got hold of the ball. I tell you what, he knows exactly what he's doing. But that was all started a long time ago by really careless restart work. I know it seems 20-odd phases ago, but England took the ball in off a restart and simply lost it forward.
Mike Brown, the guilty party there. His opposite number, Lee Halfpenny, after a break.
Yeah. Play advantage.
Yeah. Jonathan Davis, was that an advantage, ref?
That was in his best Clermont French as well, that was.
Ken Owens heads for the sideline. His day is done. Another good game by the Welsh hooker. Lee Halfpenny kicks the penalty. Wales 16-11. The margin back to 5 points.
Wales, Lee Halfpenny. Wales 16, England 11.
George Ford. He too has split his forwards. James Haskell on the far side. That's well placed. Up went Daly, though it falls to Jake Ball. Scott Williams sets up the maul. Scott Baldwin is on for Ken Owens. Cuthbert heads off in support. Brilliantly taken by Joe Launchbury in front of him.
No, play the ball, play the ball, play the ball.
Away comes Nathan Hughes. Falatau reacted first. Dan Cole sends a pass out to George Ford that he has to stoop. Tackled by Jake Ball. Ford delivers though, 4 Youngs. Jamie George arrives at pace. Tipperick makes the tackle.
That's tremendous defence.
Here they come again.
Haskell. Nicky Smith involved again on the defensive side. Daly. Launchbury.
7, 16. No.
George Ford. Courtney Laws out in the centre. Scott Williams tries to strip the ball off him. An echo of games past. Ford. Jamie George, the hooker. England surge into the Welsh 22. Nathan Hughes.
No, 7. You move.
Haskell. Ford. Brilliantly picked up by Farrell. Jack Noel. Youngs. It's George again. He has made an impact, the England hooker. Ford to Haskell. It's out. Haskell can play the ball. Youngs. Noel. The tackle by Nicky Smith. Joe Launchbury. Scott Williams and Alan Wynne-Jones hold him up. They have to let him go. Haskell. Launchbury. Change of direction. Mike Brown. He loses the ball again. Referee has the whistle to his mouth, but he's not sure. He's not sure, he says. And England are a foot short. They drive through the forwards. Youngs has to go digging for it.
They've got men over on the right.
Interception by Dan Biggar. Biggar chased down Liam Williams outside him. Biggar against Daly. Daly is back. What footballing skills by Daly. Oh, what a game.
What an intercept.
Dan Biggar guessed, and he guessed right. He sold himself. And may have gone all the way, but tell you what, that came from England not recognising that they had players over on the right. He should have gone wide. He should have gone wide earlier, but that doesn't take away from the anticipation of Biggar.
It was an all or nothing there for Dan Biggar, and he knew it. They had numbers on the right-hand side. It's a brilliant read, Just watch. There he goes. He comes off the line quickly. They are dead on the outside. England would score. He's never going to get there. He puts a kick in. He gets second win. Daly's always going to win it. But defence into attack. Brilliant read.
I tell you, when you look back, I don't know how the game will end, but that may well be the decisive contribution. Daly did well to cover him.
Didn't he just? 64 minutes gone, and Daly turned and he made 70 metres back.
It's been a very tight match, you know, all the way through. Now Wales in an attacking position. Should they go for the 3 points and just get that little gap between them?
Well, it's only a line out for the moment, to be taken by Scott Baldwin.
Open on the mark. On the mark.
We have more changes. Ben Teo is on in the centre for England. Try scorer, match winner against France. We have Danny Kerr at scrum half for Ben Youngs. Meanwhile, Scott Baldwin to throw for Wales. Oh, it's a raggedy old line out, but here comes Gareth Davis on for Wales at scrum half. Oh, and not for the first time in this game. A set piece goes wrong.
Well, the call was not communicated or misunderstood. No one got off the ground.
Captain.
You know, for you as a hooker and a number 8, Eddie, that would have been frustrating. After the pressure they've been under, they would have needed to secure that line out, keep the ball, and then have a little momentum back for themselves.
Well, look, that could have created another 20 phases.
Yeah.
16 points to 11. England back on their 22, but with the relative comfort of the feed into the scrum. Joe Marler against Samson Lee. They've met before.
Yeah, the less said about that, the better, probably.
Yeah. Hello, Samson. Hello, Joe.
Discipline and keep walking.
Care feeds. Ball goes out. Wales spin the scrum illegally. They have a relieving penalty.
Shifting across. Step by step. Yeah.
You've got to be squeaky clean there, haven't you, now? Because anything you do is kick out of the ball and the ball goes out. The sad thing is, England will now have possession in Wales's half, whereas to clear
sad
that
if you're
ball...
Welsh, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Owen Farrell made good ground.
Go on the line, please. Stay on the line.
Jamie George finds Courtney Laws in with Sam Warburton putting pressure on. England set up the maul. Danger for Wales. It's a mighty maul. James Haskell comes in and joins it.
Use it once. Use it now.
Kerr comes away with it. Ben Teo, Scott Williams wrestles him to the ground. Laws. Launchbury. Nicky Smith makes the tackle. Play on, says the referee.
The timing is good.
Smith back on his feet.
No.
Laws again. Samson Lee, the tackler this time. James Haskell tramples the referee. Ben Teo going nowhere. Launchbury. Warburton over the ball.
No, 7.
Can't work the turnover. Kerr comes away with it. Forward to George, the hooker. Forward, long, it's Ozzeh outside, Noel cuts in field. Look, Courtney Laws is almost permanently stationed in the middle of the field. Forward, long, Farrell, George. The ball has been stripped clear. England come away with it yet again, but Wales offside, original penalty.
Take the points.
Tell you what, switch on everyone. Attack and defence.
Nathan Hughes.
18 red.
I have to say, Gus, referee.
You want to play?
Gus has had a very, very good game.
He has had a very good game. He's been
game.
Virtually anonymous. He's got virtually everything right.
No more. I don't know.
Owen Farrell is going for the posts. High tackle, Samson Lee.
It's common sense by the referee, you know. Yes, it slips up. It's one of them accidentals. It's a penalty, nothing else.
I wonder at the end of the game how significant the 5 points that England have missed with the boot will be. They could be highly significant.
Ten minutes to go before we have that debate, but I'm sure there are more twists and turns to come. That is dead straight. Owen Farrell narrows the gap. Wales 16, England 14. Matt Mullen comes on for England into the front row. Off goes Joe Marler. There's the point scorer.
Well done.
Johnny May is on. Jamie Roberts on the other side is on for Wales, just going across the 10-metre line now. Scott Williams is leading the field. The clock is not running. Here we go.
And number 14, Jack Nowell, is replaced by number 23, Johnny May.
Scott Williams.
Good game. He's had a good game.
Had a good game. Teo. Tipperick tries to hold him up.
Scott Williams and Gano.
Kerr.
Jamie Roberts and Donald Kai.
Out of play, not much ground gained, but set pieces. Don't suppose England will mind them too much. Wales have a little conference about what they're going to do. Kyle Sinclair is on into the England front row.
Well, Jamie Roberts is on now, and I'm sure that he's looking forward to running down George Forder's channel.
Scott Baldwin, a certain amount of pressure on him. In goes the ball. Warburton wins it. Gareth Davis waits at scrum half.
Use it now.
Here goes Davis. Again, Jerome Garces is involved in the action. Nicky Smith. Davis to Jake Ball.
He's carried well, Jake Ball, isn't he?
Change of direction. Bigger. Jamie Roberts, quick hands. Alex Cuthbert. Nicky Smith glides out away from Kyle Sinclair.
Now.
Gareth Davis, and again Jake Ball. Warburton arrives quickly. Dan Bigger. Joe Launchbury put a good tackle in. Nicky Smith. Slight pause. Gareth Davis organises the direction of play.
Still good line speed from the English defence.
Tipperick delivered. Here goes Samson Lee, the prop. Bigger. Cuthbert loses the ball. England through George Ford put a big boot to it. Justin Tipperick goes back, but first is going to be Lee Halfpenny, and he can dab down for the 22.
England desperately wanted that ball to stay in, but they will receive the kick-off or the restart from the 22.
Still big collisions.
Wales have taken 4 minutes off the clock. When you look back at this game and you watch the contributions, Justin Tipperick has been immense.
I think Launchbury is immense as well for England. I think Bigger's had a huge game.
Bigger, as long as he can downfield. Nathan Hughes. Oh, Sam Warburton, he's had an immense game too. The tackles all day. Now then England through Ben Teo. He cut back and the glimpse of the overlap sort of vanished, but England still have it through Launchbury. Jonathan Davis tackles him. Liam Williams over the ball, tries to counter-ruck. Haskell.
I think Sam Warburton's carrying an injury after that, just watch.
Farrell, Teo still going, inside him is Danny Kerr. Kerr cuts back.
Great tackle.
Alex Cuthbert with an all-important tackle for Wales.
Try-saving tackle.
Jamie George. England in the Wales 22. Launchbury, tackled by Falatau. Brown. Kerr. It's going to be Johnny May. He can't get there. Wales can't get him into touch. Itoje delivers. Sinclair driven back. Wales saw the ball go loose. Liam Williams has turned it over.
What a turnover.
The biggest roar of the day as possession goes from England to Wales. Alan Wynne-Jones. Wales in no rush, but at some stage they're going to have to clear their lines. Jonathan Davis straight down the field towards George Ford. Back come England. Farrell. Elliot Daly. Cuthbert chases him down. Elliot Daly for England scores. And England take the lead with 4.5 minutes to go.
Well, there's been a constant either tactic or mistake, whatever you say, not to put the ball off the field from Wales. They've done it all game, and this time they've been made to pay. Rob Howe can't believe it.
I can't understand. You've got to clear the line.
To go off the field from there.
You've got to kick it into touch. They kick it midfield, okay? And just watch it come across. And Alex Cuthbert shows Daly the outside, and he takes it. He's got to make the tackle. It's a great finish by Elliot Daly.
Even with the ball in the wrong hand.
Yeah, that had to go across the touchline.
If you're going to keep the ball in play, you've got to have your chasers. When you're under pressure, and that was a pressure ball, it has to go off the field just to give you time to recoup, just to give you time to recover. Now it's a big kick coming up from Farrell, because if this goes over, Wales have to score a try to draw.
Owen Farrell to extend the lead England have just taken through Elliot Daly. Brilliant kick. England 5 points ahead. Wales have to score a try. Corey Hill comes off the bench for Wales.
Wales 16, England 21. Happy birthday, Taylor Rees.
2.5 minutes to go. Dan Biggar. One for the forwards to chase. Up goes the outstanding Joe Launchbury. Wales win the ball through Jake Ball, who has been just as industrious. Alan Wynne-Jones, the captain. Gareth Davis, the new player on the field. Corey Hill. Davis tries to inject some pace. Scott Baldwin. No scrum half at the moment. Nicky Smith takes it on. Ball with Courtney Laws hanging on to him. Samson Lee.
Farrell does well against a prop there.
Faletau. Itoje rolls away from it. Alan Wynne-Jones still through the forwards. Wales. Alan Wynne-Jones still has the strength to power forward. Jamie Roberts. The try will level the scores. Jonathan Davis. Penalty to England. Kyle Sinclair has won them the penalty. He may well have won them the match. We have to find out who is the man of the match.
Well, I think, it's some outstanding contributions today. I thought that Itoje's played well. Tipperick, Moriarty, Dan Biggar. But for me, head and shoulders above everyone else has been the England second row, Joe Launchbury. He has been immense, carrying, kicking, just brilliant performance.
There is line-out work for the man of the match to do. There is time for Wales, for England, sorry, through Jamie George to put it into the line-out. Nobody is rushing in white to this line-out.
The line-outs have been good. Amazing stat, 8-1 turnovers to Wales.
England can win this and kick it off the park.
But England are going to win again.
Danny Kerr. It has been an outstanding game of rugby. Eddie Jones's team remain unbeaten. 15 games go to 16 games. England have beaten Wales at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. Wales 16, England 21.
And it shows again, if you do not put this England side away, when you are on top, they will make you pay. They've done it again, outplayed for large parts of this game, and yet when it came down to taking the opportunity that was vital, was presented, they created it from a poor Welsh kick, and they found a way to win again.
Ben Teo had a big impact when he came on as well. I just felt they looked far more threatening with ball in hand, England. They put width on it. You know, they run the short balls, the inside balls, and they looked very, very dangerous. And when the opportunity came, they took it. And that was the difference, just was they were so clinical in the opportunities they had. Wales had a lot of possession, a lot of territory, a brilliant try in the first half, but unfortunately couldn't turn that pressure into points.
Well, it was an absolutely spellbinding spectacle. It really was. It just lived up to all the pre-match billing, and for all the joy for England and the disappointment for Wales, for the neutral, it was just a riveting match. And this is the man of the match.
Joe, is relief the overriding emotion?
Yeah, certainly a bit of relief. We knew how tough the task would be coming here, so certainly didn't disappoint, but obviously delighted with the result.
There was never more than 5 minutes in what was 5 points in what was a magnificent Test match. What was it like to be part of?
Yeah, it was pretty quick, very physical. We got pretty much what we expected coming down here. It's always great to play in this stadium, but to get a result like today is very pleasing.
It's the 16th win on the bounce for England. What made the difference ultimately in such a tight contest?
We struggled to get out of our half for large parts of the first half, so we addressed that at half-time, and I felt we controlled the field a bit better in the second half, and there are good parts of our game, but obviously lots to improve on as well.
Okay, well done. You are the RBS man of the match. Wear that medal with pride. Well done.
Thank you very much.
So after the two matches today, England are on top with played 2, 1, 2 and 8 points, but Ireland, despite only having won one game, have 6 because they got a bonus point victory for so many tries in the 63-10 demolition of Italy in Rome. But obviously Wales did get a losing bonus point because there was less than 7 points in it at the end. Jerry, almost a carbon copy of last week at Twickenham in the sense that England were behind, but there was always a suspicion that they would find some way through to win it. They have that about them.
Yeah, I guess carbon copy in so much as the impact that Teo had when he came on. He made the carries and he made the yards, and that gave England the impetus.
The England captain is now with Sonia.
Dylan, you left it really late. With 5 minutes to go before Elliot Daly got the match-winning try, did you really still believe?
Yes. Yeah. Look, we showed good examples of what we can do today, and I prefer that we wrapped it up a little bit earlier than that, but it shows great character from the team. Again, the finishers came on, added loads to that game, showed great composure, and there's parts of that game that we'll have to look at and get better, because I think it was self-enforced pressure a lot of the time, not being able to get out of a half. Wales put us under unbelievable pressure in that area, so it's something we have to learn from, but again, we'll take that one.
I bet you will. Wales pushed England to the limit. What does it say about this team under Eddie Jones that they still got over the line?
Yeah, just unbelievable character from the guys. They believe we play for a full 80 minutes, 81 minutes if need be. But full credit to Wales, an unbelievable challenge today. Hell of a side. We knew physically they'd be there, and from minute 1 to 80 they showed how physical they were. Hell of a test match, Were you a little bit disappointed to come off as early as you did? Hey, look, I want to play as long as possible, but I'm sure the substitution was for the good of the team, and that's the call that comes from up top, and it's something I've got to deal with. So, hey, if it's for the team, it's the main thing.
Many congratulations to you and England, Dylan Hartley. If I could just bring in your opposite number, Alan Wynne-Jones. Alan, can you even begin to express the disappointment? in the Wales team right now?
Yeah, obviously, there's a 75-minute performance there. I think hopefully we answered the critics and some of the doubters, but ultimately we probably didn't with the result.
I said to Joe Launchbury, there was never more than 5 points in it throughout the entire Test match. Did you believe you could get over the line today?
Oh, I think there was, because I think that was the difference in the end. But yeah, I think we had a good score before the half, the best time to score for us, really, and considering the pressure we were under. But ultimately we didn't, and maintain that for the full second half.
Oh, how frustrating is it when clearly Wales are trying to evolve? We saw Wales playing a different way today, that you still couldn't get a victory.
Yeah, I know, but you say that with an air of negativity. I think, yes, we'll be disappointed with the result, but people wanted to see us change or tried to change. We've done that. The performance there was there for 76 minutes. Unfortunately, those 4 minutes eluded us this week.
It's a tremendous Test match. Hard lines.
Thank you.
Well, we saw several close-ups of Dan Biggar there. What a fantastic match he had outside half for Wales. There are the facts and figures, and you can see actually right down at the bottom left, the possession was basically 50-50, and it was what you did with it in those key moments when you kicked it away at the right moment or the wrong moment, whether you the offloads and actually the turnovers won 8-2. That's a key statistic in certain times in the game that kept Wales in the match. But fundamentally, tiny margins make the difference between winning and losing.
In this, at this level, you have to take your opportunities, and I think, in a way, the amount of tackles that Wales put in this game was probably a 30% more, 40% more than England. And I think in the end that told when they needed to be clinical, they were more tired than England. And England, from the experience of 16 wins in a row, know that they have the beating of a side. They've just got to get in the right position, because if the more opportunities they create, they are going to finish off one. And eventually they did, albeit a bit fortuitous from a missed kick to touch.
I mean, Wales had a penalty where they could have kicked for the corner, but they took, England rather, and they took the point. So Farrell got them to within a potential penalty or a drop goal of victory. That puts a bit of pressure on the back foot as well, because you can't make a mistake, can you? And then Wales have this opportunity to clear the ball and choose to not put it out. Was that a conscious decision or what?
The policy was, you could see it all day, Wales, to keep the ball on the field. It has been in the Warren Gatland era, the Sean Edwards era. This, they just needed patience. They needed to get Dan Biggar back in the slot. They needed to go one more ruck. If you see Biggar, he's just getting back. The forwards need to take that up one more time. He does get back, but look, John Davies, if he could have that moment back, he's putting it in touch, and it was just...
But from here, great vision again. You got the forward Farrell axis. Look at this pass, takes out two defenders, it whizzes into Daly, and we know how much pace Daly has got, and he takes on Cuthbert and makes it. Superb finish.
It was earlier in the game. You look at the amount of players Wales have in that ruck. It's going to be very hard for them to fill the field now, and they're exhausted as well. They've just defended their try line. If it's earlier in the game, they've a more of a chance of filling the field, but once we saw the kick in the air, we knew they were in trouble.
That was a missed opportunity, but you go back about 10 minutes before that as well, where Wales had a line out just outside the 22, could apply more pressure. You know, it's a botch call from Scott Baldwin. So Wales will be absolutely kicking themselves, because traditionally over the last few years, they're the sort of games Wales win, where they've nicked it in the last couple of minutes. But you've got to give huge credit to England, because they just kept going, they were outstanding.
It is one of those games, though, where you can pinpoint half a dozen moments where the game could have turned on its axis but didn't. You mentioned that line-out. We can see that now.
Yeah, and this is just off the brilliant intercept by Biggar, where he waits a brilliant kick. So Elliot Daly has to put it out. So, you know, they've a brilliant attacking opportunity, and then this happens. Turnover here, crooked line-out, so it's a scrum. And off that scrum, England, they follow up with another error now. England get a penalty. England kick this penalty 40 metres down the field, they maul, and 2 minutes later it's a high tackle against Wales. So they had opportunities, they just didn't have the killer instinct, and I suppose that comes with confidence. We see England on the back of 15 wins had the killer instinct to go and win the game. Wales probably not in the same mental frame.
We're going to show a few more missed opportunities from Wales, but actually the fact that they played with so much more energy and intensity, for all the disappointment, will be enormously encouraged by the performance overall.
Yeah, they won't take that at the minute.
Of course not, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was an incredible Test match, and for me, it's probably the best Wales have played in 3 or 4 years. The way they tried to move the ball, the physicality, you know, Dan Bigger, Moriarty, you know, that's mile forward, but it's an opportunity. But you can see you've got loose head pop and 10-15 metre passes out, which we haven't seen, you know, for a good while. So just need to be a little bit more clinical.
And I think that's the big thing for England, is that they didn't come here and beat a poor Wales side away from home. Wales played fantastic rugby. We were really impressed with how they played. And England have come here and beat an excellent side playing well. This was a great opportunity as well. Great pass across Elliot Daly's face. And from our angle, Jonathan Davies had a great chance to score here. But full credit to England, I think, to come away from home and play a side that have played close to their best and beat them is a great achievement.
Here's Sonia with a happy man.
Eddie, you looked a cool customer when the camera panned to you, but what were you really thinking with 5 minutes to go?
Well, looks can be deceiving. Look, you know, I always thought we could still win the game. I thought the second half we got our defence intensity back and we just needed to get some ball. And we didn't have much ball the whole game. You know, apart from the first 20 minutes, we did a hell of a lot of defence.
If you could bottle the ingredient that got England over the line today, as they did as well against France, but what is it?
Well, I think it's grit, you know, and I think the players believe we can be the best team in the world. I mean, if you want to be the best team in the world, you've got to win those games when you're not absolutely at your best and you're not against an opposition that's playing well, and we did that today.
A word on your match winner, Elliot Daly. It's been a roller coaster for him with England, the red card in the autumn. How pleased were you for him today that he got that sensational try?
Yeah, well, he's a lovely player. We're not sure what his best position, but he's handy on the wing, you know, and he's got exceptional gas, and his finish today was absolutely first class.
Yeah. It's your first experience of Cardiff with England. I know you won, and so you're going to be mightily relieved, but what a test match.
Oh, what a great atmosphere, you know. That is a proper test match crowd. You know, you get plenty of stick from the supporters. It's fantastic. You know.
And what did you learn specifically about England today in real adversity up against this Wales team? Because they were magnificent as well today, Wales.
Well, they played very well, and a lot of credit's got to go to Wales. You know, they defended really well. And you've got to look at the facts. We had 5 starting players out. So it shows the depth of our squad, and it shows how players are developing. You know, young Jack Clifford only played his second starting game, did well for us. Nathan Hughes, 4th or 5th test. You know, Benny Teo's hitting his straps, and as we spoke about, Elliot Daly.
Yeah, and back-to-back games coming up now at Twickenham, starting with Italy, who have struggled so far in this championship. England are well placed, would you say?
Well, we're looking forward. We've got a week's training in central London next week. So, yeah, we'll train hard and do a few different things for the boys, and then we'll be right for a week's preparation against Italy. And, you know, it's a big game for us because we want to put them to the cleaners.
Fair enough. I don't doubt it. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
And in the end, the roof was a complete irrelevance. That question that Sonia asked, Eddie, there, about the ingredient that's made England such a hard team to beat now, what would you say that is?
I believe there are 23 and not 15. Just when you think you might have them on the ropes, they've got 8 substitutes that can come on and really have an impact. At least 4 of them will. I mean, today we had Kerr, Teo, Haskell and George that made the impact. Last season it was 3 others that were coming on and doing the job. I just think they're in a winning frame of mind. They don't doubt themselves when they go behind. What was the deepest they were? 16-11. Not playing particularly well, but they still found enough of nous and playing smart to get in position and make the try happen. That was still a great finish with Ford and Farrell, the pass. It wasn't easy, but they got the job done.
How key a player now is Farrell? Perhaps not just in the context of England, but you're looking at him playing, you think, oh, that he's got to play for the Lions somewhere. I'm not quite sure where, but wherever that might be. He's in a rich vein of form at the moment.
Yeah, he's a terrific player. He's obviously brilliant at unlocking defences, but he's a real defensive leader as well. He's you know, really aggressive, and I think that kick from the corner late in the game was really important as well. You know, I think Wales had time to go down there and try and get a penalty. It's a lot harder when you have to go down there and get a try, so that kick was spectacular.
It would be remiss of us not to mention Dan Bigger, who clearly wasn't fit. I mean, what a fantastic game he had.
Look, for some reason in Wales, you know, he's got critics, and every time you watch him play, he gives it, and he was absolutely superb today. I think the man was in doubt with his ribs. Him and Moriarty as well for me. I think, you know, Wales have found a new cult hero today. He was immense.
Mentioned Owen Farrell, and here he is.
How's the body after that tackle from Ross Moriarty?
Oh, God, he took the wind out of me for a bit. Yeah, I was dry retching for a bit, but came out all right in the end.
You did, and so did England. Give us a little glimpse inside the England dressing room right now. What's the overriding emotion?
I've not been back in yet. We've not spoke. You know, there was at times that game when we played really well. There was probably times where we didn't play as well as we could. So in glimpses we were showing what we can do. And obviously to come to a place like this against a team like Wales, who's talked about lifting for this game all week, and grind out a result in the end and come away with the win, is a brilliant result for us, and we'll go away and look at how we can put in a more complete performance.
If you were an England fan with 5 minutes to go, no doubt there were a few people chewing their fingernails on the sofa. What were you thinking as a team at that point?
When you're out there, you just have to focus on your job. You've not got time to think about too much else. You're just trying to make the right decision at the right time, and we got some opportunities in that last bit as they did. But you know, it felt as if it was coming, but you know, you have to be able to execute at the end, and thankfully we did.
And briefly, Owen, how much self-belief has Eddie Jones given this team, that you believe, even with 5 minutes to go when you're down on the board, you're going to win? Yeah, well, you know, the last couple of games we've found a way, and that's big going into winning games. You know, big games like they have been over the past couple of weeks. So there's obviously a great amount of belief in this team, and I think that's what's exciting about hopefully what's to come. You know, it's not the finished article, and you know, hopefully we'll just keep getting better and better. Well done.
Cheers. Thank you.